Today we're going white on white. It's been a while since we did this one, so let's check it out. Now for our carry option for today, a special edition Carryology and AER City Sling, the Tokai sling in a white X-Pack finish. Now it's hard enough to find a decent bag in a white colorway, but to make one this wicked based on AER's already popular City Sling is a no-brainer for the Whiteout fans. They even made some noteworthy upgrades, like my favorite being the magnetic fidlock buckle. We'll dive deeper in a bit, but moving on upwards, probably one of the most expensive face masks I've ever purchased, while being one of the smartest as well. The LG PuriCare Wearable Air Purifier. A handful to say, but it's also got a handful to offer, starting with the dual HEPA filters built over the dual built-in fans that, yes, you have to turn on to use, and when in use you may or may not look like some space warrior. Pretty awesome. Although it looks chunky, it's surprisingly quite comfortable on the face. That's first off thanks to those fans that ramp up as you breathe, sucking in and out more air accordingly, making it feel like you don't have a giant mouth guard blocking your airways, which is great because that's basically what this giant plastic shell is. Thankfully, the second part of the equation is this rubber gasket on the inside that forms a complete seal around your nose and mouth. I will be clear and say that while extremely advanced and great at purifying air you breathe in, the open airway cutout on the bottom isn't ideal in protecting others around you. So while I want to highlight this cool tech being integrated into face masks, in the end I don't recommend paying like 20 times the cost over your classic full coverage multi-layer cloth masks. But that being said, if you were wearing simpler designs, you can still classy it up with this. From Haerfest, their leather mask strap. Sure, you could use string or some rope, you'd get the same result, but if you're feeling a little bougie, this mini upgrade to your everyday mask not only looks good, but also serves a very useful purpose. It's especially handy with the adjustable cord lengths too. So just clip in each end, and now you don't have to worry about where to store your mask when you want to just take a breather in a quiet corner. It's available in a wide range of colors to suit whatever theme you're rocking that day, because let's be real, masks have now become a part of your outfit of the day. Now moving into the gear itself, the first one being conveniently clipped onto the strap of the bag, a classic matte white Zippo lighter, the OG of fidget toys before toys were actually made specifically for fidgeting. However, for this combo, I've also paired it with the official Zippo accessory I recently discovered, the Z-Clip belt clip. It's made of all plastic, and basically if you imagine a belt holster for your phone, but like miniaturized. This is great for anyone who actually carries a Zippo on the daily, being able to access it quickly on a belt, bag, or anywhere you can clip something onto. It's surprisingly well built for a piece of plastic, and the open design is perfect for anyone who likes to show off their special Zippo colorways. Don't worry, it passed my scientific shake test with flying colors, or just plain old white ones in this scenario. Now, as boring as that is for some, I did swap out the interior with their double torch butane insert, which basically spices things up by being doubly intense and surprisingly a lot easier to fidget with too. This combo is a must-have for those who love to accessorize their accessories. And deep down, isn't that why we're all here to begin with? Anyways, finishing up the quick access exterior add-ons, I recently featured this in a previous episode, but wanted to include it again due to how relevant it is. This is the Holster OCD hand sanitizer holder. Yes, it's made of Kydex, the same stuff actual gun holsters are made of, and it's got a convenient cutout around back for some easy breezy squeezy action. To take it one step further though, because that's just what we do here, this is the Urban Carvers quick release in a matching whiteout plastic finish. At the core of it, it's a super strong magnet that connects two things together securely when stored away, but then allows you to quickly access with a simple yank, then back to storage, just like that. No batteries to worry about, and they stay just as strong no matter how many times you do this to show off to your friends. Plus, I'm a huge fan of the Delrin plastic, as I don't have to worry about it when whacking it around everywhere. It'll still look and work just fine. That also goes for the OCD holster too. If you somehow really care about your Purell bottle, the Kydex will keep it safe when you have to toss it from friend to friend, all while being a perfect fit so it never slides out on its own. This is one of my must-haves if you instantly have anxiety after touching an elevator button or something. Now diving into the front quick access pocket, great for items on the fly like the earphones of choice from the partner of this video, the Soundcore Liberty Air 2 Pro wireless earphones. And straight up, for how many features they pack inside with active noise cancellation, it's kind of a steal for only $130. Look, I've said this for any earphones I test. I'm no audiophile, because what matters to me the most is that they feel good and properly stay in my weirdly large size right ear hole. And although they do stick out, they still look sleek, and honestly, when combined with the active noise cancellation built in, it should be obvious when I'm jamming out to some T-Swift while I bang out some video ideas. The only downside is when it works so well that I don't realize my girlfriend is actually talking to me. The point is, they fit well and they look good while doing so, but if you really care about how they sound, I had no complaints there either. I would assume it's thanks to how many nano layers they've stuffed inside such a tiny package. To me, it just makes everything sound super crispy. I do want to highlight one more thing about the box. This. Because active noise cancellation is so dependent on having a proper seal, I pretty much guarantee they've got the right size in this box for all the freaky deaky ears out there. Now when paired with the app, it gives you the ultimate control, allowing you to even adjust how much noise you want to cancel, which they need to add an option to allow only my girlfriend's voice and nothing else. But they also have a transparency mode too, with the 6 built-in mics for the complete opposite effect in case you actually need to be aware of what's happening around you. To top it off, they've got Hear ID, which basically is an ear test that plays a bunch of sounds so you can tell the earphones exactly how your ears hear the world around you. It then spits out the perfect EQ graph designed for your ear specifically, but don't worry, if you're lazy to do that, they also have a ton of pre-made ones specifically for the types of music you listen to. Overall, these bad boys can party for up to 7 hours, but popping them into the case gives you a total of 26 hours. And if you really can't wait, plugging it in via USB-C for 15 minutes will auto-magically give you 3 hours of playback. But if you're into that cord cutting life, yes, it can be wirelessly charged too. Look, this is the Whiteout collection, but they do have options. My favorite obviously being the clean Blackout vibe, so if you're interested and want to drown out the world in style, links in the description down below. Now in that same quick access pocket, I need to have a dedicated fidget on deck. This is the Finetic EDC Tide Pool Haptic Worry Coin. These are best for those who can't keep their hands still, and better yet, is actually available to pick up right now. Basically, it's a rotating coin within a coin, and this clear acrylic model is one of my favorite because you can actually see everything in action. It's also still pretty durable given it's just a thick piece of plastic, so it's become my daily fidget toy that I take outside with me as I don't have to worry about it being thrown around as much. The fact that it's about the size of a coin, or daily essentials, means it's a no-brainer to have in your pocket for when just being outside gives you some serious anxiety. Now with all that being said, to use it, you simply do this. Spin it until it clicks into place, and do it again, over and over again. The coin size shape with the textured rim allows for a very comfortable grip, and plus it can be played around with like a regular coin too. Look, I get it, to pay for something that just clicks is hard to describe, but every time you do it, it's like you've achieved something, and offers a slight distraction for just a moment. It's kind of like the feeling of turning a dial in place, pushing buttons, that classic Zippo play, even relatable to a mechanical keyboard click, or that urge to push the L3 joystick button in randomly. I know y'all gamers know the feeling. Well, now you can have that joyful feeling in the palm of your hands. Plus, they do offer different colors and finishes like this one in Zerk that offers a heavier feeling, definitely more of a premium vibe, but just as satisfying to use. So if you want to get addicted, you can pick one up on his website, but also join the Facebook group as he posts updates for restock of different materials too. That's the front quick access pocket, where they also include a magnetic keychain attachment, another mini upgrade from the original, making it easier to grab and go. You can also see the camel pattern interior, and thanks to the full-length zipper, although not as deep as your Instagram captions, it can easily fit larger flat items like my whole hand comfortably. Now moving up to the main compartment, water sealed zippered again because I wouldn't have it any other way. So starting off, this is the Air Deck, a pack of slim playing cards. For those who like to start a classic game of Big 2 or Crazy 8s, a deck of cards is still the best way to get everyone to put their phones away for a few minutes and actually look at each other in the eyes again. Although half the size of regular playing cards, they're made of plastic here, which means they've got a little more zing to them, durable, flexible, and most importantly, waterproof. For the friends who are terrible at hiding their poker face and sweat profusely through their hands. Overall, you get the same experience as regular cards, just in a compact package, which is great when it comes to carrying it with you. It easily fits into any pocket with a phone or wallet, as it's basically the size of a pack of gum now. Next up, for the solo adventures, we've got the Bittboy PocketGo version 2. This updated version has just as clicky buttons, it's a little chunkier, has a joystick now, and a much larger screen, which when all combined makes for a way better handheld experience. They include all the buttons needed to manage a full gaming experience, along with both shoulder buttons too, and to really bring back the nostalgia, even a removable battery, although it is rechargeable via USB-C. But if you're new to the scene, this mini handheld is what is known as an emulator. It's about the size of an iPhone 12 Pro, and while yes, you can play games on your phone, if you grew up in the 90s and early 2000s, you can appreciate the joy of actually clicking buttons to move a pixelated plumber around. And yes, the Switch does do that too, but this is less than half the size, making it way more pocket friendly for retro game lovers. And oh yes, will you love it, with Game Boy, SNES, and even the ability to run PS1 games. Now, how well it runs for any specific game varies, but the best classics in my opinions are the simplest ones, which I found no problem in running. But do note, you should have the physical copies to legally use the ROM files on this, so I recommend reading up on that before getting into any retro handheld. But if you do decide on this one, it's surprisingly well built, so you don't have to worry about chucking this into your bag, and will always have Professor Oak with you on your journey to becoming a Pokemon master. The next item is a little different. It's a camera packed into this capsule like some sort of Dragon Ball Z training pod. The Insta360 Go is the tiniest action camera I've ever used. Now, taking a closer look, the case itself is used to dock the tiny pill-shaped camera magnetically. No wires required. The camera kind of looks like Plankton from SpongeBob, which you won't be able to unsee now, and it's only got a single button on the back to start shooting. All that packed into the size of my pinky finger. It'll fit in that tiny pocket on your jeans you never use. You can slide it under your cap for easy access and a third eye vibe. If you've got big nostrils, sure, you do you, but if you're a normal person, you can clamp it in your mouth, being super careful not to swallow, or you can store it in your sock if you're butt naked and have nowhere else to put it. Then there's the included set of accessories: a hat clip, a stand mount with a sticky back, but my favorite is this magnetic necklace pendant. Tuck this under your shirt and wha-bam. The built-in magnets on the go keep it stuck in place without any rotating or movement during my dance test. Literally the easiest and fastest way I found to capture POV shots. The possibilities don't even end there. Given its small size, you can stuff this in places no other camera would fit. Thanks to its light water resistance, being able to submerge underwater for up to 10 seconds, you can get some pretty unique shots like these. And for this, I literally just taped it to the palm of my hand for some finger POV action. Plus, with the flow state stabilization, you can go ham on the dance floor and you won't feel like puking when you rewatch your drunken mistakes. When you're done, you can snap it into the case auto-magically. It starts charging the camera in its protective sleeping pod, and with the built-in lightning jack, you can plug it right in and transfer all the files directly to your iPhone to edit and export. So if you're looking for some unique B-cam footage or just want to spice up visually the way you tell stories, hands down, this is the best tiny camera on the market to date. Back to more retro tech, this is the Rhodia Slim staple bound notebook. Tiny, flexible, and the perfect companion for creators when paired with these, the Machine Studio metal machine pens. Yes, technically it's like Whiteout, designed to correct smaller mistakes, but their special ink is formulated to be way stronger when dried than regular Whiteout. So it's a great way to sign your signature on designs, but even better when you want to customize your gear, because unlike a regular pen, this stuff sticks on really well to metallic surfaces too. So now you can make sure others know that it's your Zippo, tool, phone, knife, or keys. Don't worry, while it sticks on really well, it does come off clean if you scrape it just right. And with the 4 colors to choose from, you can now draw multicolored noses on pretty much everything you own. Taking a closer look inside the bag, it's got pockets galore to keep you organized. And personally, I opted to use the 2 sleeve pockets as a wallet to showcase its versatility, as it's perfectly sized for cards and cash, yet still hidden away. And that just means it's one less thing you have to worry about bringing with you now. But within the larger compartment, I've got the PhoneSoap Shine. Basically, if a microfiber cloth made love to a spray bottle, and it's designed to make surfaces, well, like the name suggests, shine. Spray their cleaning formula on the screen, smack the whole thing together, and just start wiping away. In all-in-one package to finally get that chicken finger grease off your screen. However, you are limited to 130 sprays and it isn't refillable, so it's a trade-off you have to consider for its all-in-one portable form factor. Beside that though, we gotta have our tool of choice, this one going to the classic Victorinox Spartan PS, with a few upgrades as well. First off, this gloss white finish is the ultimate whiteout colorway, especially when combined with the accented mirror black finish on the tools. And oh boy, this is it. You've got the standard slip joint lock for tools that require a 2-hand release, but like most Swiss Army knives, it's got plenty of tools for you to choose from. My favorite going to this, a smaller version of the blade. Super useful for daily tasks that generally don't require a hunk of a knife to do. But you've also got the classic flatheads, bottle openers, wire strippers, and because I don't ever use the corkscrew, I added the Victorinox mini screwdriver. Perfect to tighten glasses or just to scrape really tiny things. Then you just twist it into the corkscrew and it stays conveniently accessible at all times. Which leads me to my last upgrade. For the ultimate level of convenience, this is the Clip and Carry SwissQlip. It's designed to be clipped into a belt, pocket, or anywhere relatively flat for quick access to your tool. It's made of metal and simply screws into the existing lanyard hole, plus it fits perfectly into the black and white vibe of this whole setup. And it's great for when you're on the job and need something handy at all times. This just sits ready in your pocket when you go ham on that damn creaky door hinge that your partner has been nagging you to fix since the beginning of the pandemic. That's the main compartment, thoughtfully organized if you want to be, but also spacious enough to just dump all your things and go. But to finish things off, there's also a hidden back pocket too. Wide and flat again, but top loading and perfectly fits my iPhone 12 Pro setup. This time rocking the Catalyst Influence case with a PopSocket slide stretch to complete the package. Starting off with the added grip though, I found the PopSocket slide stretch is currently the best option for iPhone 12 users who still want to utilize wireless charging but are a complete klutz. You're getting all the same function of a standard PopSocket, the fidgeting, finger exercises, and obviously something extra to hold on to, but now just built into this plastic claw instead of stuck directly onto your case, which means you can now adjust the position on the fly. Combine that with some surprisingly strong elastic bands on the inside and rubber strips along the edges, it feels as sturdy as if it were glued in place, as you can see in my scientific shake test. Then when done for the day, you simply slide it down and wha-bam, slow charging, wireless charging galore. Like any PopSocket 2, you can still swap out the tops to really showcase your love for Mother Earth. I'm personally starting to prefer this modular approach, as I can now swap it between devices too, or just completely ditch it when I'm feeling confident for the day. And luckily I've got the Catalyst Influence case underneath, one of my favorite clear cases for the iPhone 12, starting off with the textured buttons to easily feel up without having something stick out, yet still providing a decent clicky response. Their unique spinning dial Miwalker design that fits any finger size, and plenty of coverage to protect the trifecta around back from making love to your table. I don't usually rock clear cases, but I love this one thanks to the matte frosted finish. It actually feels nice to hold on to, as it won't get as greasy and doesn't bulk up that much, so you can still use it one-handed. Plus they have this micro texture on the edges that's hard to explain, but it's like a gritty texture that allows your fingers to grip onto something. That being said, it's also not the slimmest clear case out there. They do include plenty of coverage around the front screen as well, and overall is actually quite a tough case. That's mainly thanks to the crux system on the inside, this diamond-like pattern designed to absorb impact that I find is more than enough for your day-to-day phone abuse. But what really takes this case to the next level are these that fit into this. With a cutout on every corner, not only do they double as great bumpers when dropped, you can also clip this little guy on for, say, a carabiner loop. And trust me when I say, it ain't going anywhere. Then, one of my favorite and probably most fun to play with, a coiled carabiner that basically tethers your phone onto yourself. So you can go about using it like you normally would, and then wha-bam. Basically, it's a leash, but for your iPhone. Finally, those who really suck at holding things, this neck lanyard has dual connectors. So you can hang this around your neck for instant access. Great if you love really girthy phones or just have no pockets to begin with. And finally, there's this little guy, the most functional of the clan, a plastic finger loop that basically locks your phone to your finger. Although knowing how clumsy you are, you'll probably still find a way to drop it. However, it doesn't end there. You can split it open and wha-bam. It also doubles as a phone stand. A perfect complement, as you'll always have it on you, so you can do all your hands-free activities wherever you go. Look, I know that dinky string may also look worrisome, but it did pass my scientific finger swirly test without an issue. Honestly, this case offers so many options to keep your phone from ever kissing a floor that if it ever does, there's really no helping you and your clumsy hands. Now, for anyone interested in the bag, unfortunately the Carryology collab sold out within 10 minutes of release, and they are reselling on eBay for quite a bit, but lucky for you, Air just released an updated City Sling in the all black with the same X-Pack material. Now you won't get the finer detail upgrades of the Carryology collab, but if you want that perfect size for a light EDC carry load, the AER City Sling is still one of my recommended Blackout sling bags of choice. But if you do get your hands on the special edition Carryology collab, then treat it like your second child, because one day it may be worth more than that. Let me know what EDC theme or character I should do next in the comments down below, but that's it. I rest my super exclusive sling bag.